After all that craziness that was going on in the Philippines when we arrived, here is the video, we had some days to ourselves. Well, there was still the cleaning lady, Betchai, that came over on Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But for 4 days, Randy, Ria, the caregiver, Hannah, the 10-year-old daughter from Ria, went up north for a mini vacation. I guess Hannah had some days off school, or I don't know. Oh, so an interesting fact. So the kids that go to school in the Philippines, well, or at least the school Hannah goes to, they either go in the mornings or in the afternoon. So there are 2 blocks, 2 groups. So either you go every day, well, I think 5 days a week, from 6 a.m. until noon, or from noon until 6 p.m. So you're just in one of those groups, and for the whole school year, go to school either just in the morning or just in the afternoon. And then the next school year, that might change. I think you never know. I don't think you can choose. But that's really weird. I've never heard or read anything like that before, somewhere else in a different country or wherever. Never heard that before. Paul moved into Randy's room. Oh, my own room. I think, yes, since March 2024, so before we started the Nomad Life, I didn't have my own room anymore. Sometimes my own bed, but never my own room. So yeah, January 2025, for the first time, I had my own room and my own bathroom again. It was so great. And this double bed that is in that room is really not big enough for Paul and me. I mean, it works, it's okay, but I prefer my own bed anyways, no matter how big it is. And that double bed is a bit small for us. Like, we couldn't lay both on our backs. It's like we didn't fit like that. And finally, my body started to recover from the stress from Switzerland and from the checkup MRI in Istanbul and from all the craziness that was going on in the Philippines. And I finally started to walk Tinkerbell, the 1-year-old Belgian Malinois, by myself. So far, Paul took care of Tinkerbell and I just joined him sometimes. So as mentioned, Tinkerbell is a 1-year-old Belgian Malinois, and she gets trained to become a service dog. So there's a lot of work involved in that. Wait, step, step, step. Stay, stay. Release. Come on. Good. Good. Very good. So finally I could help, and I was so glad, but I injured my ankle. First, it wasn't that bad at all, but suddenly it started hurting like crazy, and for 2 days I was just limping and could barely walk around, so I couldn't walk Tinkerbell again. So again, all the work was on Paul. I felt so bad. I really felt so bad about that. So after those 4 days, Randy, Ria, and Hannah came back from their mini vacation up north. In the meantime, we got our next trusted house-sitters job. 3 months, taking care of 3 cats in a villa, basically, up north in Thailand, Mae Rim, 35 minutes from Chiang Mai. Score, jackpot, the absolute best. So cool. That's what I said when we got that job, when we were still in the Philippines. We are here right now at this absolute amazing trusted house-sitters job, and it is fucking great. We love it, the best so far. We're in paradise. But let's get back to the Philippines. The videos about this place here will come too in the future. So the job here in Mae Rim started on March 5th, 2025. So we already, when we were still in the Philippines, we already booked our flight out of Clarkfield on March 4th, 2025. And Randy was so super cool and nice that he said, yeah, that's okay. We can keep staying at his place until we have to leave. That's what he told us. I think it was around January 27th that we can stay with him until March 4th. So that was really super cool. And that is the best for us. That helped us so much because it's the cheapest for us and the most convenient for us. Yeah, we had a lot of expenses, not just the stay in Switzerland and all the traveling expenses to get to the Philippines and my checkup MRI in Istanbul and the blood work. Here is the video about my checkup MRI. Also, my laptop suddenly just didn't work anymore. Not just it didn't work anymore, I just couldn't turn it on anymore. It was like, done. So Paul tried to fix it, of course, but he couldn't. And he decided instead to bring it over to try to let it get fixed. Let's just buy a new one. Probably cheaper anyways than spending all the money to try to get it fixed and then it's not even possible to fix it. Let's just get a new one. I needed a new one anyways. So first Paul found a cheap one from China and he tried everything he could to get it shipped to the Philippines. He used his credit card but Randy's address and phone number and it didn't want that. It didn't accept that and well, he tried whatever and he just couldn't figure it out. It didn't work at all. And then Paul said, yeah, it's probably not a good idea anyways because it would probably take around 3 weeks until it would arrive. And so we just decided, no, let's try to find one at the mall in the Philippines. So Paul went to the mall, luckily by himself, because for me that would have been boring and I would just have been a burden to him if I would have joined him. So he went to about 5 stores, I think, and then he found a great one. One that was cheap and even faster than the one I already had. And it was smaller. It is smaller because so far my laptop was so big it didn't even fit into my backpack. So every time when we were moving, Paul had to take my laptop and I had to take his laptop. So the new laptop is lighter, is smaller. Ooh, and the hinges are not broken because my old laptop, the hinges were broken. So I always had to put something behind the screen, otherwise it just fell down flat. So that was annoying as well. Oh, and I always had to leave it plugged in. I couldn't unplug it because the batteries were too dead. So I needed a new one anyways, and I love my new laptop. It's fast, it's really cool. I can do everything on it. And Paul paid 26,599 Filipino pesos, not dollars. That is $455.14. So that was a really good price. Oh, and I got a bag with it, actually a backpack, wireless mouse, and also speakers came also with it for free. But Paul told them, no, we don't want them because they're too big to carry around, to move around anyways. I don't need them anyways, and they're so fucking cheap. If we would want to get some, it wasn't worth it to take those with us. So on January 29th, 2025, Paul was helping me something, setting up with a new laptop. And at 4:30 p.m., suddenly Randy called him on his cell phone. Randy and Ria, they were gone all day. So Paul picked up and Randy told him they had an accident and they are in the hospital. Fuck. So more about our stay at Clark Freeport Zone and what actually happened to Randy in the next video. Stay happy, stay healthy. Bye.